Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Right guys, so let's get into it. Today we have yet another story for you guys about Jibri Bell and Miona Bell. And now there is a mystery third person, Miona Bell's alleged new man that has showed up in the picture. So very interesting. Now we did a video or two recently about these two, and we spoke about how Jibri is now in Thailand and has been exploring, Southeast Asia for a couple of weeks now, perhaps maybe something like 2 months, something like that. And meanwhile, Miona is in the USA. She's, I guess, in LA, somewhere around there. And she has been dropping hints about a possible new man. Now, I know a lot of you guys are skeptical, myself included, because I don't believe anything these two fraudsters say or do, because they've tried to cheat us in the past with Jibri's rip pants that supposedly he sold as an NFT for like $27,000. Even before they came on the show, there were rumors that they were already married. Jibri himself calling Miona Bell his wife on Serbian TV, literally like 2 years before they even came on the show. And, Jibri also wearing a wedding band, or what looked like a wedding band, in one of the scenes where he was talking about marrying Miona. So just too many hints that these two were kind of frauding the whole entire way. And now it looks like they are on the out. So we're going to take a look at this and we'll see what's going on. We'll see if the evidence suggests that this is indeed a complete and final breakup. In my opinion, yes. But like I said, and like you guys said, you don't believe anything these two say or do. So you just never know if it's truth or if it's just something put up for media. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So Miona Bell teases date with mystery man as rumors heat up. And this is on Screen Rant. Now, 90 Day Fiancé star Miona Bell has left fans speculating about her relationship status after supposedly splitting from Jibri Bell. Now, Miona and Jibri got engaged and married after meeting in Serbia, but have since sparked rumors of a breakup. Her recent video and photos on social media suggests that she may be involved with a new man, leading fans to question the status of her marriage to Jibri. So the star, Miona Bell, has left fans wondering if she's now with a new man after allegedly splitting up with Jibri Bell. Miona is a 25-year-old Serbian woman who worked as a makeup artist before meeting Jibri, 28, who is the lead singer of his band, the Black Serbs, and he had been touring her country when they crossed paths and soon got engaged. So the alleged story that they're trying to tell people is that basically Miona was like, she was in the stands or something, and she tried to message Jibri, and this was, I think, when she was like 19, and she was just so infatuated with Jibri Bell, and that's how they connected. She messaged him almost like she was a groupie or something. And that's how they connected in Serbia. And then, of course, Jibri did that interview where he called her his wife in Serbia as well. And then she came to the US. Now, we're going to take a look at the timeline and see why exactly rumors of a breakup are happening now. Because a lot of people have said that it's very interesting that the time is now, because this would be around the time that she would have passed all her requirements to have, proper legal status in the U.S., even without Jibri Bell. So we'll take a look at that in a second as well. Now, they split rumors in October of 2023. Miona and Jibri aren't together on their second wedding anniversary. And also Miona removed all of Jibri's photos and videos from her Instagram feed, including their wedding photos, while Jibri flew to Thailand to seek spiritual enlightenment. Now, meanwhile, 90 Day Fiancé suspect Miona has a new man in her life because of a video she recently posted to her IG stories, and this was shared by Instagram account Reality TV Girl with a U. This is the account right here, and let's see what's going on right here. Let's play this. So, okay, there's some music, some rap music, and that's it. That's the video, and you can see that it's very quick. They're basically eating at a steakhouse. Now, this is the interesting part right here. So this is a black man, just like Jibri Bell. So some people have said, how do you know that it's not Jibri? And the reason that we know this is not Jibri is because Jibri has tattoos all over his body. Also, his fingers, I think, are just a little fattier, a little chubbier, and this guy doesn't look like he has any tattoos anywhere on his hands. The hands just don't look like Jibri. So I'm pretty sure that whoever this person is, this is not Jibri Bell's hands. And you can see they're having a nice steak dinner here. There's bread. You know, they have some mac and cheese over there. It looks great, right? I think a little bit. Is that an Aperol Spritz? That looks good. So nice romantic dinner going on right here with potentially her new man. We're pretty sure that it's not Jibri based on the hand. So pretty telling that she would drop this, this video. Now, Munsters and critics reported that Miona was enjoying a romantic night out with an unknown man in a Palm Springs restaurant. She first focused the camera on her left hand, perhaps to show the lack of a wedding ring on her finger. So we can see that right there. And we can see that there is no wedding band on her finger. Was that done on purpose or was that an accident? You guys let me know what you think. That looks like a good steak though, I gotta say. And as Miona scanned the camera on the table to show her fancy dinner spread, she lingered momentarily over the hands of her dinner partner as he cut into the steak on his plate. Miona did not tag her friend or talk about him in the video. The hands didn't belong to Jibri, as the person had darker skin than Jibri Bell. Miona shared photos of herself taken during the dinner on her IG feed. She captioned them with dinner at Marilyn Monroe's favorite restaurant, wearing Miona Beauty, Remy Human, whatever, extensions, whatever stuff she got from Alibaba that she's trying to sell to you guys at probably 3 times the cost or whatever. By the way, if you guys want stuff from Alibaba, I can do the same thing Miona is doing. It's very easy. Anybody can, actually. Anybody can go on Alibaba and then just get whatever product there, slap a name on it, and they will even ship it directly to your customers for you. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But it's not real, authentic, legit products. Like, you're not actually making these things. You're just tricking people into believing that you are, and which is a really sly and cheap tactic in my opinion. So this is a picture of her, probably taken by her new man. This is her in the car. Now, in the last picture that we saw, or in the last video that we did about this, and she was in the car where she received her flowers, she was sitting in the passenger side. So some of you said, how do we know that it's not Jibri Bell that sent her the flowers? And I said, well, because she's sitting in the passenger side and she has these flowers, so someone must be driving her. And it just felt weird if it would be a friend driving her to pick up flowers. So I didn't think that it was Jibri Bell. And it looks like, well, she does indeed have a new person in her life. So let's scroll down and let's see what else is going on here. So curious follower questioned Miona about her current relationship status with Jibri. They made their relationship and marriage public, which means at least a clarification. Hey, followers, me and him decided to go our separate way, the fan wrote on Miona's post. And also accused Miona of being an attention seeker. I mean, this is not the first accusation of such that has come their way. Miona told the fan, girl, please concentrate on your own life. Nobody owes you. Owns, but I guess owes is what she meant. An explanation, especially not me. Lol. Miona's rude reply didn't stop the fan from commenting again and said, if you took the time to reply, you can take the time for your fans. They added, it was the first time that Miona was addressing rumors about her and Jibri's breakup directly. Now, Miona and Jibri were a 90 Day Fiancé success story. Well, were they? Because, it doesn't look like they worked out. They were matching outfits, traveled the world together, bought luxury cars, and built a glamorous business together since leaving season 9. Well, none of that is really true, let's be honest. Jibri often bragged about how Miona Beauty made his wife a millionaire within months of Miona launching the hair extension business. It's exactly why news of their apparent divorce came as a surprise to fans. So, the last piece of this article that we read there, it's not exactly true. So yeah, Jibri was saying that Miona was a multi-millionaire, but I highly doubt that because I did my own research into the website, and that website is just not getting any kind of traction. It would be literally impossible for her to be a multi-millionaire unless she was selling like dozens upon dozens of products each day, if not more, probably hundreds actually, to be a multi-millionaire. It's just not really likely. I think that's a nice lie that Jibri has put up there, because Jibri has always had this mindset ever since coming on the show. You fake it till you make it. And that has been his motto the whole entire time. Faking the ripped pants, perhaps even having been married before. We're not exactly sure if that was the case or not. But so much of their stuff was fake. Probably even some of their Instagram stories where Jibri was carrying all these packages and stuff. There's just so much fakeness with these two. So, yeah, I don't buy that. I don't think anybody really does. But I guess his idea is that if you project success, if you trick people into thinking that you have success, maybe success will come. I don't think it usually works out that way, but that's his mindset right there. So, yeah, so that's the video right here. And people are kind of going nuts about this on Reddit. You know, people are speculating about the hands, that it's not Jibri's hands. The hands are, you know, darker and, you know, no tattoos. And, you know, so somebody's saying here sarcastically, but how are they going to divide all of their Porsches? This is the other thing about their cars. So they had, I think, were pretending like they bought 2 Porsches. It's not exactly clear if they bought those or just rented them. Anybody can rent, you know, cars for a couple of months. You don't have to be a multimillionaire to do that, especially if you look at it as an investment into trying to look like you're rich, because you feel like that somehow is going to make you rich. Then yeah, you can drop a few $1,000s for a couple of months to rent a couple of cars just to look like a big shot, even if you're not. So people had a lot of interesting things to say here. She's not wearing the ring. The whole story was fake. They were already married. Am I the only one who's concerned that the mystery man's plate is hanging off the edge of the table? That food's going to end up in his lap. Somebody says, to be fair, how does it look like a date night dinner? It just looks like a nicer steak dinner. With these two, I assume everything is badly staged, bid for attention. Interesting choice of music, judging by the hand. You know, like she might have a type. I can't stand Jibri. I was wondering when she'd lose the dead weight. He seemed unhinged and like he lied to her about what life here would be like. I've read people think she didn't really care for him to begin with, but I personally think it's just a cultural difference. I think she really loved Jibri. She even dressed up like him. You know, this is where I'm going to, and these are the hands of Jibri right here. You can kind of see that he has tattoos on his hands. So this is where I'm going to disagree. So my opinion, I don't know that Miona loved Jibri. This was my issue when Miona came on the show and Jibri. First of all, obviously, the fakeness and phoniness was just too much. And these two were just too thirsty and too into themselves. They should have toned it down, and I think they would have had a lot more success. However, I always felt like Jibri was way more into Miona than she was into him. And you saw that on the show. She didn't really look like she was all that into him. I didn't really feel any kind of these love vibes. She looked kind of disconnected. She looked kind of disconnected in general, in my opinion, just not overall a very likable character. I think if I had to pick between these two, if you had a gun to my head and you had to tell me, you had to ask me, who did you like better? You know, I might have to pick Jibri. I'm not sure. It will be a tough one, but I feel like Jibri, he tries hard and he lies through his teeth and he fakes everything, but he might have some redeeming qualities. At least this is just how I see it. I didn't see that with Miona. I did not see any redeeming qualities with her. And this is the interesting part about this. So these two supposedly, they supposedly met like 2019 or something like that. But Miona supposedly came to the U.S., if I'm not mistaken, about 2 years ago. Now, this is why the timeline is interesting, because so if we look on the site, this is on nolo.com and it's a legal encyclopedia. I was just trying to figure out, what's the timeline like, right? So first you got to come to the U.S., so this is how it goes. So a fiancé visa goes through several stages before being approved by the U.S. government. So U.S. citizen files for an application for his or her fiancé. UCIS then approves that application and sends it to the U.S. embassy or consulate overseas. The embassy interviews the fiancé, and finally the fiancé then uses the K-1 visa to come to the U.S. Of course, we know that once the foreign-born fiancé arrives in the U.S., there's additional steps to follow. First, the couple must marry within the 90 days. Obviously, that's why the show is called 90 Days. fiancé, then the fiancé may have desired to file for lawful permanent residence, aka a green card based on marriage. Now, UCIS will interview the couple again before approval. In most cases, the foreign-born spouse applies for the green card immediately after getting married. Now, if the marriage is less than 2 years old when UCIS approves the application, that person will receive a conditional 2-year green card and will need to apply to remove conditions on residence and make it truly permanent. This application, aka Form I-751, must be filed with UCIS just before the person has had the green card for 2 years. And so the timeline here is interesting because Jibri Bell went to Asia, a couple of months ago, I think maybe 2 or 3 months ago, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And, the rumors are that they probably split right before that. And that might be a reason why Jibri is on this, enlightenment journey or whatever he calls it in Asia, trying to find himself again. And so that's around the mark when it was 2 years that Miona had been in the USA. So did Miona wait it out until, she had legal status and didn't need Jibri anymore? And is that when this whole relationship fell apart? The timeline kind of fits that theory that, she kind of waited it out for everything to, for everything to favor her. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Do you think Miona used Jibri for a green card? Do you think she waited until the most opportune time to break up with him, dump him, and look for somebody else? So this was the picture she posted here. Her story is old, so we don't have access to it. This is her recent post, and obviously we don't see Jibri anywhere. And Jibri, let's see what he's doing here. If we take a look at his story, for some reason it's not working right now. But so he's in Asia, he's in Thailand, he's on a spiritual journey. Last we looked at him, he got a big, massive tattoo on his forehead. We covered that in the last video. So if you guys want to look at that, it was a little uncomfortable for my taste. But if you guys want to see what it looks like, go check out the last video we did about them. So this is the story for today. What do you guys make of this whole thing? Do you buy this? Do you think this, do you think this relationship is completely done? Do you think that Miona waited until she had, all her status, everything was taken care of, to dump Jibri and then get a new guy? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Or do you think this is all a big PR hoax to kind of try to get their names in the spotlight? I mean, who knows? Maybe Jibri okayed Miona looking like she broke up with him, or she's not with him and she's now with a new man. Maybe he okayed that, hoping that maybe that would create some kind of buzz for them. And who knows, maybe we'll see Miona come back on the show, and maybe we'll see this whole, love triangle, whatever, play out. I don't know. I don't know that we're going to see that. Jibri, I've looked at his videos on Instagram. He does look, based on just, body language, he does look like he's a little bit out of sorts, in my opinion, but who knows, right? These two are big time fakers and scammers. So you guys let me know what you think about them in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Please hit that subscribe button down below. And I'm going to see you guys very soon. Take care.